The last thing we want to talk about in this topic has to do with mixtures. So we have two examples that involve mixtures. We just want to learn how we solve problems of that type. Okay, so let's look at the first example. Alright, so it's saying 5 kilograms of tea costing $3.50 per kilogram is mixed with 11 kilograms costing $4 per kg. What is the cost of the mixture per kilogram? Alright, so this is a problem involving mixtures. We are mixing probably two types of tea. We've got 5 kilograms of tea costing $3.50 per kilogram, which is mixed with another type of tea, 11 kgs of them, which cost $4 per kg. So we want to find the cost of that mixture per kilogram. Okay, so I know you may want to attempt this problem first before you check out my solution. I think that would be the best thing for you to do. So I want you to pause this video just for a moment and see what a solution you manage to come out with. Okay, so for the solution, since it's a mixture, the first thing we may want to do is to calculate the total cost of both types of tea. So we'll be calculating $3.50 by 5 for the first tea. That will give us the total cost, and what we get right there is, that's in dollars, right? So what we'll be getting is $17.50. That's the total cost for the first type of tea, 5 kilograms of them. Why don't we call this TA? So it's being mixed with TB, the other type of tea, 11 kilograms costing $4 per kilogram. So it's $4 by 11, and what we get there is $44. That's the total cost for the other type of tea. So the total cost of both teas adding will be $17.50 plus $44, and if we add here, what we get as the solution is $61.50. So what we have right now is the total cost of both teas. Okay, so since these two type of tea are being mixed together, so for us to find the cost of the mixture per kilogram, we divide now the total cost of both teas by the total mass to get the cost of the mixture per kilogram. So the total cost is $61.50. We divide that by the total mass. We have 5 kilograms and 11 kilograms, so that's what we divide with. Okay, so simplifying here, we get $61.50 divided by 5 plus 11 will give us 16. So that will be $61.50 divided by 16 kilograms, and eventually if we divide 16 into $61.50, our solution will come out as $3.84, and it's per kilogram. And this would be our solution, the cost of the mixture per kilogram. That's the simple method that we use right here. I hope you got the answer correct. If you haven't really understood, I would want you to replay this video over and over again so that you may really get a grasp of what we're doing here, because it's very important. We also have another example, so maybe you could learn more from the second example. Let's move on to the second example. Alright, so with this example, example 2, the question goes: a blended juice contains orange and granadilla juices mixed in the ratio 3:2. Given that the juices cost $3.20 and $4.10 per liter respectively, calculate the cost of the blended juice per liter. Alright, so that's another mixture type of a problem. In this case we have got two juices, orange and granadilla. So we're moving on to the solution. I want you to pause this video and start working on it if you want to first do it yourself before you check out my solution. I'm gonna give you 4 minutes to work this one out, starting from now. Alright, so let's go on to the solution. We've got orange, we've got granadilla. Okay, so these two juices are being mixed in the ratio 3:2 to form a blended juice. So this 3:2, if you can recall from the previous example, we had real actual amounts, but in this case we've got a ratio, and the ratio is representing our amounts. So we can just say, put any units. I've put here liters, so it's just the same as saying it's 3 liters to 2 liters. There's nothing wrong with that, since it's a ratio, the units are the same. We're talking about liquids in liters, so we can take the ratio 3:2 to be 3 liters and 2 liters, and this will help us to solve the problem, because now we can calculate the total cost of the juices that were used in the mixture. Remember, that's the first thing we do from the previous example. Alright, so since we have 3 liters of orange, the total here will be $3.20 multiplied by 3. And since we have 2 liters of granadilla at $4.10, that will be $4.10 by 2 liters. Alright, so the total cost of the juices using our ratios will be $9.60 plus $8.20, multiplying 410 by 2, and adding this 2, we'll be getting our solution. That is the sum of $9.60 plus $8.20. What we're gonna get right there is $17.80, and in dollars that's $17.80, like that. Alright, next we can now go on to calculate the cost of the blended juice. We can now divide, since we have the total cost of the juices, we can divide the total cost of the juices by the total amount. In this case, that would be $17.80 divided by the total amount, that's 3 plus 2. We are talking about 5 liters using the ratio 3:2. It's just a ratio though, and we're using it in liters so that we can get our solution. So that's in liters. We divide $17.80 by 3 plus 2, that's 5 liters, to get our solution. 5 into $17.80 dividing, what we get right there is $3.56 per liter. So that is the cost of the blended juice. It's $3.56 per liter. So that is how we deal with mixtures. I'm going to be giving you more examples so that you may learn how to deal with such similar problems involving mixtures.